welcome back to the Ready Set Girl show. Today I have a very exciting guest who I think is probably the best embodiment of what it is to be a Ready Set Girl. I have Renee here with me, who is the youngest female Ironman finisher. And we are very excited to have you on today.
Thank you for having me.
So, I guess just to start, so you're in Bombay right now for the Mumbai Marathon.
Yes.
How did that go? How was your experience?
It was good. So I ran the 42-kilometer, the full marathon, and it was a little hot and humid, but it was a good race overall.
And this was the first time you were running the full in Bombay?
Yes.
Okay. And you had done the half before that?
Yeah, I done it in 2024.
Okay. And so, how did you, I guess, like, rewinding back to when you were a super young girl, how did you get into sports? Was it something your parents encouraged you to do? Was it something you were kind of surrounded by? Tell me a little bit about that.
Okay, so I started gymnastics at the age of 6, so I was a very active kid. I would like do cartwheels around the house. I would like do handstands. So my parents decided to put me into gymnastics class.
Yeah.
And I really liked it, so I continued it for like 10 years.
10 years, wow.
Yeah.
So what level did you get up to in gymnastics?
So I had done like school nationals.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah.
And I mean, gymnastics is, you don't really hear a lot of people train for gymnastics, at least like at a high level or seriously in India. So what was, like, how did you find a studio? What were the facilities and your coaches like?
So I did start in GSC, so that's in Malad.
Okay.
And then I trained there for like maybe 2 years, and then I had to advance to the next level. So I started training in Prabodhan Thakre.
Okay.
And yeah, I continued train. So I used to train for like 8 hours a day, stay there the whole day, and then come back in the night.
Wow.
Yeah, and I used to go to school only for my exams. Yeah.
So was your school like, did they support you
They
a
did.
lot? Yeah.
They did. My school did support me. So we had to ask for permissions and stuff. So I was selected for this program. It was called the Paramita, and it was for people who had potential to like compete in like at the nationals and the internationals. So I got selected for that.
Oh, wow.
And I used to train.
So it's like, I mean, being a sports person has kind of just always been in you.
Yeah.
Was your family sporty as well? Where do you think it's come from?
So my dad, he used to run marathons. So I actually started running with him. And my sister, she also does sports. So she's a national level roller skater.
Wow.
An artistic roller skater.
Oh my
yeah.
god, okay. That's really cool. And then when did you make the transition into running? How did you decide to make that switch, I guess?
So I started running during the lockdown, and so I was 16, and I really felt like I wanted to try something new. So I started running. So I started off with a 5K, and then I increased it to like a 10K. And then I did 2 21Ks in a week with my dad.
Just casually, like,
Yeah,
you'd never run that distance before.
Yeah.
Oh my god, how did you do that?
I literally have no idea. Now that I think back on it,
Yeah.
I don't know what I was thinking, but I just did it.
And even like transitioning from a 5K to even doing a 10K is a lot for someone who has just started running. How did it just happen? Did you set that goal? Were you running and you were like, I can't stop? Or how did it happen?
So I did set that goal. So when I did the first 10K, I was like, oh, next week let's do like 21. And then after that, I did the 21. I mean, it did take me some time. And then next week, I was like, let's do it under a certain amount of time.
Oh
and
my
then I did it
God.
again.
You're making it sound so easy, but tell me a little bit more about what was going through your mind when this was happening, when you're actually running. How, like, when you're running such a long distance, what does it take to complete the distance, and then also to complete the distance in a certain goal that you set?
You know, when I did the first few long runs, it just happened. Like, maybe I like the distance. I mean, I do enjoy like the longer formats. That's why I chose the Ironman.
Yeah.
So I feel like it just happened.
Okay. I don't know if I feel like me and a lot of our audience are just not going to be able to understand that, because do you not get bored at all when you're running?
While running?
Yeah.
No, I don't think I do.
So okay, how do you how are you keeping your mind occupied? Are you listening to music? Are you listening to podcasts? Nothing. Don't say nothing.
I do. While training, I do listen to music. So if I have like a very
Yeah.
intense session, I listen to like fast rap music.
Yeah, yeah,
And if it's like a Z2, I listen to like some nice music,
yeah.
like nice slow music. But I really don't remember this first
Yeah.
20 ones.
Okay, fair. So then from lockdown, running, a half marathon casually, then where did it go from there?
I really liked running, and that is the point where I said that maybe I want to do this. And I slowly started swimming. So I had never learned how to swim before.
Oh, okay.
I was a complete beginner.
Okay.
And I started swimming, and I started cycling, and I met my coach Shankar Thapa, and I trained with him, and after a year of training we decided that I wanted to do an Ironman.
Okay. How did that, when you started training, was that something you had in mind as a goal? Or like, how had you, I guess, heard of the Ironman in the first place? Because it can, I feel like not a lot of people, now it's more popular, but maybe a few years ago, not a lot of people had heard of it or knew what it was. So how was that in your radar?
So my coach, he has done multiple Ironman, so I
Okay.
knew that the Ironman exists. But when I started surfing online,
Yeah.
surfing the internet, and started like looking for distances, so I saw that there was a sprint format, an Olympic format, there was like a 70.3 format, and there was an Ironman format.
Okay.
So the Ironman format was the longest.
Okay. And these are all versions of triathlons?
Yeah, the distances.
Okay. Okay. So you started training with that goal in mind, or you were training and then you were like, I need to put this training into something, and then decided to do the Ironman?
So my first triathlon was an Olympic distance one, and the moment I finished, I felt like I could do more.
Okay.
And that's when I decided that I want to do an Ironman.
And for anyone who doesn't know, can you tell us what the distances are in the Olympic triathlon and the Ironman as well?
So the Olympic distance triathlon is a 1.5 kilometer swim, a 40 kilometer cycle ride, and a 10 kilometer run.
Okay.
And the Ironman distances are a 3.8 kilometer swim,
Okay.
a 180 kilometer cycle ride, and a 42 kilometer run.
Wow. That sounds impossible. And you have to do this back to back to back,
Yeah.
right? And the swim, is it in open water?
Yeah, it does.
Wow.
So it happens in a lake or a sea or a river.
So how did you train for that in actual open water? You trained in a pool?
Both.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tell me about it.
Yeah, so most of my training happens in the pool, and then you need to do some open water swims. So there's a lake out here
Mm-hmm.
in Virar. So I had done one swim out there.
Okay.
But now that I'm in London, there are like a lot of like lakes.
But it must be so cold to swim in the lakes there.
Yeah, but you do wear a wetsuit.
Okay, I don't know if that wetsuit would help me get through that cold. But I guess if you're swimming that distance and you have so much more in front of you, the cold is probably the least of your worries.
I mean, yeah, but it just takes like 5 minutes to get used to the cold. Like first maybe 10, 20 strokes
Okay.
to get into that rhythm, yeah.
I just have to believe you.
Yeah.
So then tell me about how the Ironman decision happened and what it's like. Is there like a qualification process or something like that?
So I was looking it up. I was looking
Yeah.
up the distances online.
And you were still
Yeah.
still here when you were training for it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was looking up the distances online, and I was looking at records actually. So the youngest person to do an Ironman
Mm-hmm.
was a guy who did it at the age of 18, and then I thought to myself, if guys can do it, why can't I do it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the moment I decided, yes, I want to do an Ironman.
Okay. So you kind of went into it knowing that you were going to set this record.
Yes.
Okay, that's sick. I love it. So now, is there a qualification process, or how does it happen? You just
You just register for it. But
that's it.
yeah. So for the Ironman World Championships, there is a qualification.
Okay.
and that's based on your previous race. And for a normal Ironman race, you need to register.
And so
for it.
anyone can register. You don't have to have. Do you have to have previous marathon timings or anything like
No,
that?
you can just register.
Oh,
for it.
wow, okay.
That's what I did. Yeah.
Okay, and is there, so obviously Ironmans happen all over the world. Is there a specific one that is like better for beginners versus people who are more experienced in the race?
So the race I did last year, Hamburg, that is a very flat race.
Okay.
But at Hamburg last year, the weather conditions were really bad. There was like a hailstorm and a thunderstorm coming in.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so I had to cycle in the hail,
Oh wow.
like the last 20 kilometers of the ride. So, but I mean, every Ironman teaches you something different. So I think you just need to go for it.
Yeah, okay. So tell me about the actual experience of the Ironman, of your first Ironman, which was in,
2024.
and what, like country?
That was in New Zealand.
Okay, so what was that like, getting there? What were you thinking? What were you feeling? Like everything pre-race.
Okay, so pre-race, this was my first big race. This was my first Ironman. And I was very excited. So the flight was a long flight. So
Yeah, of course.
it was like 18 hours, I think, maybe 20 hours.
Wow.
So in the flight, it was I slept most of the flight. When we reached there, it was beautiful. Everything, the air was so clear. There was so much of greenery.
Yeah.
The water.
And what was it cold? Was it hot? Was it in the winter?
It was perfect conditions.
Okay.
I think it was maybe 18 degrees.
Okay.
But it was really nice. So when I did my practice swim, it was like sunny outside. The water was clear. The water was flat. So it happened in Lake Taupo, and it was beautiful. But the day before the race, there was a storm coming in. So both the races I did, both of them had really tough weather conditions.
Oh my god. Okay.
Yeah. So the water was very choppy. So the water, it was very choppy, and you could like see the waves coming in, and you were not able to. There were points where you couldn't go ahead. You were like stuck in the same place.
Oh.
But I just got through the swim.
So the full race was while the storm was happening.
It was very windy. Yeah. So
Wow,
it
okay.
did rain like maybe 3 times, but it was not raining at all points. But the wind was present at, like the whole cycle ride.
Okay, so the swim happens first,
Yes.
right? And then, you said it was very choppy, and then after that is the
ride.
what was your experience then?
So I was happy to just finish the swim part of it, and I got to my transition area where I like got ready for the bike, and I started. So first 30 kilometers were good. First 40 kilometers were good. So it was 2 loops. So it was like a 90 kilometer loop and a 90 kilometer loop. So going was okay. While coming back, the wind was
You were against it.
again. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and it was so strong. Like
My God.
I was not able to
Yeah.
move ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I did both of those loops, and I finished the cycle ride, and then I got to the run part of it, and when I got to the run part of it, I knew that I can finish this race.
Are you like tired at all at this point, or you're not even thinking of that? You're just thinking of getting through your next step.
You do get tired, but it's more like you think of what is happening at the moment.
Okay.
Yeah, but once I finished the bike, I knew that this was my race, and I'm going to finish it off.
Okay. And how did you perform in that race?
So I completed it, and I was the youngest. I was the youngest.
The race?
Yeah, I was the youngest athlete to finish the race.
Oh wow.
So at the end of the race, they like clicked some nice pictures, and it was really nice.
Yeah. So did you talk to any of your other the other people who were racing alongside you? What were their reactions to how young you were?
So at the expo, everybody asked me how old I am, and am I doing the half or the full?
Yeah.
And they were like, "Oh wow, that's amazing."
Yeah.
And so I did the race with my coach. So every time we met, so just like in the cycle ride, we met maybe once, and every time we met, he was like, "Are you okay, Renee? You're doing very well. Just continue going."
Okay. So he was racing alongside
Yeah,
you?
yeah.
Oh wow, that's quite special.
Yeah.
Can you tell me a little bit more about your relationship with your coach and what that's
Yeah.
like?
So my coach's name his name is Shankar Thapa. He's an amazing coach. He's super patient, and he actually taught me how to swim and like cycle on the road, and he knew I was a beginner and I'd never done anything like this before.
Yeah.
And he's just so nice, and he still coaches me like now in London, so he gives me my plans. And
Oh, wow,
so he
okay.
did the Mumbai Marathon with me.
With you.
Yeah.
That's nice. So did he do the Hamburg Ironman as well with you?
No, he's done that race before, but he didn't do it with me.
Okay. Okay.
last
Now
year.
tell me about the Hamburg race. How did
Okay.
that go?
So the Hamburg race, there was hail, as I said, and it was raining.
How do you swim in those conditions?
So it stopped raining. So for every Ironman they wait for the sun to rise, and that's when the swim starts.
Okay.
So when I started the swim, it was pretty okay, but I mean you could still feel
Yeah.
the
The
yeah.
wind and
Yeah,
everything like that.
yeah.
Yeah. Mhm.
So the swim was good. I was happy when I got out of the water. The bike was also good, but the bike, as I said, it was windy, and the last 20 kilometers were really hard.
Yeah.
But I was way more confident for this second race
Mm-hmm.
than I was for New Zealand, because I knew what.
What to expect?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you don't know what to expect.
Yeah.
And the run was pretty good at this race. I could pace myself throughout the race.
Okay. How do you pace yourself in a race? Like, is there something going through your head? How does that happen?
So the first race was all about finishing it.
Mhm.
The second race, I could focus more on each sport separately. So I improved my timing by 2.5 hours. for
2.5 hours. Oh
Yeah.
my god! Wow, that's really impressive.
I think it could have been better, but I'll
Next one.
Next one, yeah.
Okay, so because you had done the first one, you knew what to expect and able to
Yeah.
pace yourself better
Yeah.
because of that. Okay, and like just tell me more about, while you're doing all these things, what is going through your head? Are you focusing on putting one foot in front of the other? Are you thinking about something completely different and you're not even in the race? Or like what? Just because it's obviously not easy to do any of this, and you need a lot of mental strength to get through it, to
Yeah.
even complete it, let alone in a time that you want. So I just want to know what's going through your head at every stage, like even during your training.
So I think it's one step at a time. I like to like break the race down into smaller segments and then do a
Yeah.
little bit, and keep moving forward.
Yeah,
Training is also the same. Training, you have tough days, you have good days.
of course.
It's very important to stay motivated during the tough days.
And how do you do that?
So if I know it's gonna be a very tough training session, I take some time before that. I listen to some music, get into this zone,
Mhm.
and if it's a really bad day, I mean, I have my family, and they kind of like comfort me, and I have a dog.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's got to help a lot.
A lot.
Yeah. Okay, and yeah, during the race, tell me more about that.
Tough times during the race.
Like just what you're thinking, what you're thinking to get you through, and yeah, like if you are having a tough time during the race, what are you doing to help you through that?
Tough times during a race. Okay, so I just, as I said, I take it one step at a time, and I don't try to picture the whole thing.
Mhm.
Like, oh my god, I have so many kilometers left, how am I going to do it? I just visualize the finish line,
Mhm.
and that's the picture that like keeps me going.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Yeah. We had a conversation with a sports psychologist as well, and visualization was one thing she says that she always tells her athletes
Yeah.
to do. And I mean, it's incredible that you're so young and you can already everything is so clear to you, which is really pretty cool.
But I do have a lot of help from psychologists
Oh, you-
and sports psychologists and physios. It's a whole team.
Okay. Wow. Yeah. I
Yeah.
guess it does take a whole team. So you do have someone who is helping with the mental side of things as well,
Yeah,
because that
it's
is
very
equally
important.
Yeah.
You need to train your mind the same way you train your body.
So can you tell us a little bit how you train your mind for an endurance sport?
So meditation Just being in your own zone. Listening to music is also okay. Visualizing the race. So before the race, I like to visualize the whole
Yeah.
race. Just being in a calm environment before the race. Talking to my parents before the race helps a lot. Talking to my family.
Yeah. And what is the best advice that someone has given you before doing a really, really long run?
So it's probably my coach, and he says to just see how you feel during the run, because that is that's exactly the same way your body is gonna feel during the race.
Yeah.
So and practice my nutrition. Nutrition is also very important.
Yeah. I guess I just can't imagine doing what you're doing, because I can get through a 5K, but anything more than that, I'm like, I just don't know. I can't imagine running 42 kilometers. Like, how do you do it?
I think if you train for it, I think you can do it, because 5K is like the first step. You've done a 10K.
Yeah.
21 is the next step,
But
and then just double of that.
Yeah, but then how do you do the training? Like, I don't know, how do you stay motivated during the training? Because, like, at the end of the day, you can just be like, okay, yeah, it's training, I don't have to finish this, whatever. I feel like if I don't have someone else who's running it with me, I wouldn't be able to just do more than 10K in training.
You do have a lot of people doing the race with you.
Yeah, with the race,
If you have a big goal, like a long-term goal, and you work towards that goal, it makes training easier.
Yeah, that's really well said. That is true. So what are your plans now? Do you have, are you going to do another Ironman, more marathons? What's next steps?
So I'm working towards setting a new world record.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I want to be the youngest person to finish an Ironman triathlon on every continent.
Oh my God.
So currently the record is set by a 21-year-old.
Yeah.
So I'm done with 2 races, and I have 4 to go. So I'm going to finish all of those races by 2027. I'm looking to finish all of those races by 2027.
Okay. So what's the next race you have lined up? That'll be this year, I guess?
Yeah, that'll be this year.
So
So I'll have to do like 4 races in the next 2 years.
Is that normal? Do people do that many Ironmans?
Yeah, people do that, but I've been doing like 1 race a year.
Okay.
So right now I'm actually looking for sponsors to help me like achieve
Complete
this
of course.
world record. Yeah. So I am working with Under Armour, and they've been very helpful, but I hope our partnership, it grows, and they can really support me on something like this.
Yeah. Wow, that's incredible. So what is your training process going to look like now for the next 2 years, I guess?
So I think I'll take it 1 Ironman at a time. I mean, I'm training the whole year round. It just, you start to get serious like 6 months before the race. So I think my next race is going to be Ironman Philippines in June, I think, May or June.
Okay.
Yeah.
So training must already be pretty intense right now.
Yeah, I think the Tata Mumbai Marathon
I guess
was
that's like part of
the
your
training.
Yeah. Oh, casually. Okay. So what is your, I guess, take me through what your training week actually looks like.
So I do 3 days of cycling. So I cycle 3 times a week. I run 4 times a week, and I swim 4 times a week.
And what do those distances look like?
So on a high intensity week, we almost touch the race distances. So and swimming is a little more. So the swimming distances in the whole high intensity week is maybe like 8 kilometers.
Okay.
The running distances is 45.
Okay.
And the cycling distance is like 180.
And you're saying this is a total throughout the week, or each session is this much?
Total throughout the week, and maybe the last session of the high intensity maybe almost touches that. Like my highest run is maybe 34, 35.
Okay. And what do your low intensity weeks look like?
Oh, the like recovery weeks, like some like maybe three runs.
Okay.
Like a short brick session. So a brick session is where you cycle and then you swim. So you cycle and then you run, or you swim and then you cycle.
Okay.
So it gets your body ready for the race day.
Okay. And do you get days off? Do you have rest days?
Oh yeah, Mondays are my rest days.
Okay, nice. And what does your ideal rest day look like?
So I would probably sleep till late, but I have college, so I get up early on Monday.
Wait, so you're doing all of this and you're at college?
Yeah.
What are you studying? Where are you?
Yeah, so I'm doing my BSc in Data Science and Applications
Obviously.
from IIT Madras.
Wow. Okay. How how has it been at college? Are they supporting you with training plus being doing your studies
Yeah.
and stuff like that?
So yeah, they're very supportive. They've like supported me like for the first race, for the second race, and they've been really motivating. And so yesterday I went to the IIT Madras campus, and it was so beautiful. And even so, my professors they showed me around the campus, and there were like so many different.
How are you like balancing doing both these things?
Uh,
It's not easy.
So I follow a schedule.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's
okay.
probably doing the same thing every day, except training changes.
Okay.
But studying is the same. And I'm also doing a diploma in sports science from a college in London.
Wow. Okay. What are you doing that in person?
Yeah, I'm doing that in person.
So
it's a 2-year course.
How are you doing like 2 courses plus training for so many Ironmans? How are you doing it all?
I think a schedule. I said that earlier.
You're making it sound so much easier than it is. I'm sure it's like very hectic. Do you get time to do other things as well, like be a normal teenager and a young person as well?
I do have friends and I meet them like sometimes.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. And your college in London is supportive and encouraging.
Yeah,
they know about your training.
Yeah, they do.
And how come you chose to do sports science as well? Is that something you want to pursue?
You know, I really right now I want to keep my options open, because from data science I can go into many fields.
Yeah.
And data science and sports analytics is something that
That is a really cool
Yeah.
combination. Yeah.
but I'm still deciding.
Okay, yeah. I mean, and I guess like you can also do Ironmans for like forever, right?
Yeah,
you can
yeah.
be like
I want
up
to be
to
100 when I do my when
Your
I do
last
yeah.
one.
No, I'm
Yeah.
not. It's not going to be the last one.
So okay, so Philippines, and then after Philippines comes what? Do you know yet?
No. I mean, yeah, I do have like a plan,
Okay.
but so after Asia it'll probably be North America,
Right.
then South Africa, and then South America.
Do you have one Ironman race that is like would be your dream? Because I know the Hawaii one is supposed to be the like motherland
Kona,
of
yeah.
Ironman.
That's
right?
where it started, yeah.
So what is your dream? I guess.
Oh yeah, that is
That's
one
your
of my. I really want to do what, but that is the Ironman World Championships, and for that you need to
okay.
qualify for it.
Qualify.
So I'm really working towards that.
Okay. I'm sure you'll make it.
It would be
there.
a dream to race. Out
I'm
there.
sure you'll make it there. And you mentioned you were partnered with Under Armour. How has that been getting a brand deal as like as a female athlete? How have they supported you, and like how much has that helped going from like I guess an unbranded athlete to a branded athlete?
So yeah, they have helped a lot. I'm really thankful to Under Armour, because they saw potential in me and they believed in me, and they really support me with what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I'm really grateful for that, to work with them.
And in what ways are they supporting your journey right now?
So right now it's gear, but I hope the partnership grows.
Okay, yeah, fingers crossed. I'm sure it will. And I guess through your journey, like I personally feel like when it comes to running, it does lean on the more equal side when it comes to gender. I feel like both in track and field events and road running and distance running. But throughout your journey, have you felt like your gender has come in the way of what you're doing, whether it's in your training or even just getting into sport, or like at the actual races? Have you ever
So at the actual races, the amount of women finishers, the amount of women Ironman finishers is only 17.5%.
Oh wow.
And everybody else are
my
male
God.
finishers. So I really hope.
That
I'm
number-
doing my best to encourage women
Yeah.
to participate in endurance races.
Yeah, because isn't it like after like women are better at
Long distance events?
long distance
Yeah.
events, and after a certain point, after a certain distance, women are faster and
Yeah, I've read about that.
better
Yeah.
than men, whatever. And
The body can sustain for a longer time.
Longer distance.
Yeah, longer distance. Yeah.
So we should all be doing
Yeah,
Ironman
yeah. I mean, I'm
races,
doing my
right?
best to support other women.
Yeah, 100%. And during your, like, when you were growing up and your training, you feel like you were in a very, like, supportive environment in general?
At home, I was. I mean, my parents have always been very supportive. My family has been very supportive of what I've done. So even when I did gymnastics,
Yeah.
when I switched to triathlons, and even with my studies, they've always been really supportive.
Before we wrap things up, I want to do a little quick rapid fire with you.
Okay.
Starting off, what is your favorite song to run to?
When I really need to get pumped up, it's Ready for It by Taylor Swift.
Oh, amazing. I love it. And who is your sports greatest of all time?
Lucy Charles Barclay.
Is she...
She's a triathlete.
Okay, amazing. And what is
She's
your...
the Ironman World Champion. Actually.
She's the Ironman World Champion?
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
So she was the world champion in... so she won the Ironman in Kona, yeah.
Okay, got it. What is your go-to pre-race meal, snack, whatever it is?
So it's a lot of carb loading, a lot of rice, a lot of pasta.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. I would assume so.
Yeah.
For someone like me who is still running relatively shorter distance, what advice would you give me to maybe train for my first half marathon?
Okay, so first you need to decide that I want to do a half marathon. You need to put that in your mind and work slowly towards it. So maybe set a goal race or set a time where you want to, like, which month do you want to do it in, and register for the race and then train accordingly for the race. Keep some time for you to train.
How long do you think you need to train?
You're already doing 10Ks?
I mean, doing is a stretch. I did one, yes.
So, if you want to take it slow and if you just want to see, you can just do like a slow walk, a 21-kilometer walk. But if you want to like train for it, give yourself maybe like 6 months.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. Maybe next year I'll be at the Mumbai Marathon
Yeah,
with you.
yeah, you can do that.
Okay, fine. Yeah, thank you so much for coming on. It's been great. I'm super excited for this episode. And yeah, we'll see you next time.
Thank you.